Well, for the last month or so, all of the work that's gone on in my workshop has been airgun related. A couple of reasons for this. I won some airguns in an auction, and I was very lucky to have another airgun donated to me. All of which required work, so that's what I've been concentrating on. So, there hasn't been any steam engine restoration work done since the little Luton Bowman PW201, which Charlie Miller very kindly donated to my channel. So what I thought we'd do is we'd have a look at a couple of older steam engines from my collection, which I have done videos on, but that was 10 years ago. So they're pretty awful, shoddy videos, so I thought we'd have another look at these two. So what we have here are two Mersey Model Company Limited model steam engines. This is a 51 and this is a 52R. Now, quite a lot is known about the Mersey Model Company. They were making model steam engines in Liverpool in England, and they were in business from 1934 until the outbreak of the Second World War, 1939. I believe the engines were continued to be sold up until about 1941, but we can obviously place the manufacture of these quite accurately sometime between 34 and 39. Now, the Mersey Model Company, like many of the model steam engine companies, moved from one premises to another. So we'll let this come round and we'll stop it. As you can see, there are two little plaques on the engines, one there, and they give us some useful information. So we'll close in on each one of those. This is the plaque on the 51, and as you can see, it quite clearly says product of Mersey Model Company Limited, 34 Peters Lane, Liverpool. Now, that was the earlier engine because Peters Lane was their first factory location, and that one, with this, obviously the 51 was obviously made earlier than the 52. And on the 52, we've got product of Mersey Model Company Limited, Cooper's Buildings, Church Street, Liverpool. And that was where they moved to. That was the final place that they were actually manufacturing model steam engines. I don't know when the move occurred, but obviously the 52R here is a later model than the 51. As you can see, they use some rather strange meths burners, and that is because the meths burner actually goes underneath the base, slots in from here. So you can't actually, it's very difficult to fire these using anything other than the meths burner. So we're going to have a go with that, obviously, when I attempt to run these in a little while. But yes, they're nice engines. I think they did 5 different models of stationary engines. They also did some steam-powered boats, and there were various different variations on any of the given models. I think the 53 had there was a like the 52 here, there was a R version, which is the reverser. There was also a G version, which was the geared version, and I believe there was a D version, which had the engine. It came with a small dynamo, which it would power. So yeah, they're just a bit of an unusual design, slightly different to the your Mammods and your Bowmans, but yeah, they are interesting engines. Right, let's get them running. Now, I didn't have a bung for the burner, so I pinched one from one of my Mammoth burners. Seems to fit okay. So we've got burners alight, we've got water in the boiler, and fingers crossed we should get this running with a bit of luck. Well, have I had fun trying to run this little engine? First of all, the safety valve was venting steam, pretty much all of the steam pressure, so the engine would just about run. Got that fixed, and then the flywheel kept coming loose, and we hopefully sorted that out, and now the engine hopefully will run as it's supposed to, like that. I don't remember all these problems the last time I ran this engine, but it was 10 years ago, so I would expect this racket to come from it, because the crank pin is considerably smaller than the hole in the end of the conrod. The engine is moving around all on its own, of course. The dual wick burner on these is probably overkill. It would probably run quite well with just one wick. They are nice engines though. Some nice steam coming out of the chimney, which is always nice to see. Well, there you go. Mersey model company, model number 51. Running very nicely finally once we got the safety valve and the loose flywheel sorted out. I'm going to lift it off the burner and blow out one of the wicks. Well, it was a good idea, but the second wick keeps reigniting, so I'd need to put a cap over it to stop the second wick, but no, it runs a treat. Hopefully the 52R won't be quite so troublesome to get it running. Well, that's quite a long time after the burner's taken out of it. Well, there we go. Mersey Model Company Limited, model number 51, running under its own steam. Right, let's get the 52R out. Well, the burners are light, we've got hot water in the boiler, there's steam coming out of various different places, so hopefully this one, yeah, it's not going to be as much trouble as the other one. Great. Lovely. Again, quite a quiet runner. A lot of steam coming out the chimney. Really good. Yeah, nice runner and quiet. On this one, the conrod, the hole in the end of the conrod is actually much a better fit on the crank pin. So. Well, it's supposed to run the opposite direction, so we'll stop it. It's running anti-clockwise at the moment, so we'll stop it and see whether we can get it to run the other way. Yeah, there you go. Well, well, well. Running in the opposite direction. Superb. It looks like we got some steam leak from the reverser here. I probably just need to tighten that nut up, put a bit more spring pressure on it. But it's running, that's what matters. Mersey Model Company Limited, model 52R. They are nice models, these. I'd like to have the others, but they don't come up for sale very often, and when they do, they're rather expensive. Let's stop it again and send it the other way. Yes, very nice indeed. Now I'm going to blow out the wicks now, because I didn't put an awful lot of water in the boiler, about 150 millilitres, and it's been running for a while. But this one's obviously was a lot more conducive in its ability to run than the other one. So when we stop it, we'll bring the other one in. So there you go, bit of a blast from the past. Not only are they old model steam engines, as I said, they were made between 1934 and 1939, but they've been sat on the shelf for about 10 years. so it was about time that they will run again, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me while I've had a play with these. This one was obviously a lot more trouble than that one, so God knows why I left it in that state. I should have done something about that. I must have known that the safety valve wasn't operating properly and that the flywheel was coming loose, but there you go. They're great engines, they really are, and I'd love to have the others in the range, and maybe one day I will. But for now, I think that'll do. As always, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.